Your security is your responsibility and your responsibility alone. The security and prosperity of your family is your responsibility and your responsibility alone. And true security is not found in having a safe job, especially not these days. True security is found in being useful.
Welcome to the Strong Dad Show with your host, Adam Lloyd. Together, we are stronger.
Guys, welcome back to the Strong Dad Show. For those of you who are new here, my name is Adam Lloyd. I am an award-winning men's wellness coach, and through Strong Dads, I'm on a mission to help 10,000 dads regain their health, their strength, and their confidence. What I provide is an online community and award-winning online or remote one-to-one fitness coaching. Now, if you are watching the video version of this, you'll see this is a pretty Wild West cowboy episode. I've just finished painting the walls in my office. Had a busy day, delivered a workshop today to a few of the Strong Dads community members on master planning your goals. But before I go to bed now, I'm going to go and unwind, do some stretching, go to bed. I had a message that I wanted to share with you because I think it's an important time for it. Okay, so I want you to start by helping me out through a quick experiment. Okay, I want you to picture your job. I want you to picture that place that you spend a third of your life in, that role that pays your mortgage and puts food on the table. Now, I want you to imagine that you open your laptop tomorrow morning. There's an email from HR with a subject line, important update regarding your role. What's the immediate gut feeling that hits you? Is it a calm, quiet confidence that you'll be fine, that your skills are so in demand that you could have a new, better paying job within a month? Spoiler alert, you're very naive if you think that's the way. Or is it the pure, cold, gut-wrenching terror? Is it a wave of dread that washes over you as you realize that your family's entire security, their home, their future, rests on a job that you secretly know is replaceable? A job that can be done by someone cheaper in another country, or worse, by a piece of software that never sleeps, never asks for a pay rise, never takes a sick day. AI. Okay. Now, for millions of men, the honest answer is terror. They are trapped. They are golden handcuffed to soulless, unstable jobs where they feel like a disposable cog in a machine that they just don't control. They're reading the headlines about AI. They're worried about the next recession. And deep down, they feel a knowing sense of being useless, of being easily discarded, replaceable, of being just one bad quarter away from a personal disaster. Today, we are not talking about how to climb the corporate ladder. Before I go to bed now, I want to talk about the corporate ladder blowing up. We're talking about how to escape the trap of being a replaceable employee. We're talking about how to build your own personal strong dad economy, how to become recession-proof, AI-proof, and how to forge yourself into a man who is so damn useful the world can't ignore you. So let's call the modern work landscape what it is. It's a fragile, constantly shifting house of cards. The social contract that our fathers and grandfathers knew, the idea that if you were loyal to a company, the company would be loyal to you, that's dead. It's so old, it's a museum piece. It's a relic of a bygone era, okay? You are not a team member. You are not part of the family. You are not part of the team. You are a line item on a spreadsheet. You're a resource to be utilized. And when the numbers get tight, when the shareholders get nervous, that line item will be deleted without a second thought. And I hope you realize that. You'll get a sterile email, a 15-minute Zoom call with a stranger from HR. You'll be locked out of the system before you can even process what happened, and you will be on your way. This is not a reason to get bitter or cynical. That's the loser's mentality. This is a reason to wake the hell up. This is your call to action. Because the cavalry isn't coming. No one's going to save you from this. The government isn't going to save you. Your boss certainly isn't going to save you. Your security is your responsibility and your responsibility alone. The security and prosperity of your family is your responsibility and your responsibility alone. And true security is not found in having a safe job, especially not these days. True security is found in being useful. Understand that. It's not a safe job, it's being useful. So how do you become a man who is so useful, so skilled, so adaptable that you are no longer at the mercy of the fragile job market? First of all, you stop thinking like an employee and you start thinking like a commando. Okay, start thinking like a commando. Let's go with that. An employee is a specialist. He knows how to do one thing in a predictable environment. A commando has a broad skill set. He can adapt to any environment. He can solve unexpected problems, and he is always mission focused. He is the definition of anti-fragile. So, I've quickly jotted down a 3-step plan to building your strong dad economy. Step number 1 is become a skill stacker. Okay, the age of the hyper specialist is dying. So a man who can only do one thing is a man who is one innovation away from being obsolete. You look at software developers now. Soon enough, AI will be doing that. You look at the script writers, artists, and the fear that AI is going to take over that. You look at music makers, they are specialists in that. AI is doing it better than them. The future belongs to the generalist, okay? The man who can stack multiple complementary skills on top of each other. An employee has one skill, a commando has a stack. Think of it like this. Being a good software developer is valuable. Being a good public speaker is valuable. But being a good software developer who can also speak publicly, confidently, and persuasively to a room full of potential clients, that's a guy who is 100 times more valuable. He's a skill stacker. So look at your current job. What is the one thing that you do? Now, considering the one thing you do, what are the 2 skills that you could add to that which would make you exponentially more valuable? If you're a tradesman, so an electrician or a plumber, could you learn the basics of digital marketing and accounting so you can one day stop working for a boss and start your own firm, run your own business? If you're a teacher, could you learn video editing and online course creation to turn your knowledge into a side business that isn't dependent on the school system, and you can provide your knowledge, skills, experiences to the rest of the world? If you work in sales, could you learn the basics of coding to better understand the product that you're selling? Now, your mission, whatever it might be, okay, whatever the examples have gone, whatever they're particular to you, your mission is to adopt a mindset of perpetual learning, okay? You're going to want to be aiming to dedicate around 2 to 3 hours every single week without fail to acquiring a new skill. Guys, this has to be non-negotiable. You see the amount of job cuts that are happening with AI. You have to start skill stacking, upskilling, okay? Whether it's using your commute to listen to audiobooks on marketing, whether you use your lunch break to watch tutorials on YouTube about video editing, whether you just sacrifice 1 hour of Netflix at night to take an online course in copywriting, I wouldn't advise that. Copywriting will soon be done by AI, I'm confident. But you must be in a constant state of upgrading your own human software. A man who is always learning is a man who is never obsolete. He's a problem solver, not just a task doer. There's a big difference, okay? Step 2 is build your side arsenal. Now, an employee has one stream of income. When that stream gets cut off, he and his family are in drought, okay? You are at risk. A commando has multiple lines of attack. He has redundancies. You must, and I repeat, must start a side hustle. Now, before you switch off and say, I'm not an entrepreneur, I don't have time, I'm not trading crypto, I'm not selling on Amazon, listen to me. This is not about becoming the next Elon Musk. This is not about getting rich quick. This is about building resilience, financial resilience for your family. It's about creating a second, third, or fourth stream of income, no matter how small, and that income being not tied to your primary job, okay? It is your family's insurance policy against chaos, against the job market. So where are you going to start? You start by solving a problem. This is always the best way to start. What problem can I solve? So look at your own life. What frustrates you? What do you wish existed? Look at your skill stack. What are you good at? What do people always ask you for help with? Look at your hobbies. What do you do for fun that other people find difficult, but you can bring enjoyment to it? Can you use your woodworking hobby to build and sell custom shelves on Etsy? Can you use your fitness knowledge to coach 2 or 3 guys online for £100 a month each? Can you use your writing skills to do freelance blog posts for a small business? Can you take your knowledge of fishing and create a short ebook for beginners? Start small. Your goal is not to replace your salary, but your goal is to make your first £100. That's it. Because that's the first £100 that you earn that doesn't come from your boss. And that's going to be the most powerful money, £100 that you will ever make. Because once you've done that yourself, it's not just money, it's not salary, it's proof. It's proof that you can create value out of thin air, out of your own self-worth. It's the first taste of freedom. It's the knowledge that if your main job disappears tomorrow, you're not at zero. You have a foundation to build on. It's the first step to buying your own freedom, creating your financial resilience. And then step 3, forge an anti-fragile mindset. This is the most important step because it's the operating system that runs everything else. You can have all the skills and side hustles in the world, but if you have a fragile mindset, the fragile mindset of an employee, you will still break under pressure. Okay? The writer Nassim Taleb coined the term anti-fragile. It doesn't mean just resilient or tough. Okay, a cup of coffee is fragile, it shatters under stress. A plastic cup is resilient, it bounces back to its original shape. But something that is anti-fragile actually gets stronger from stress and chaos. Your immune system is anti-fragile. It gets stronger when you're exposed to germs. That's why many vaccines are live vaccines. They give you a small dose of the illness because your immune system gets stronger from it. Okay? Your muscles are anti-fragile. They get stronger when you expose them to the stress of heavy lifting. Your mind can be the same. An anti-fragile mindset doesn't just survive chaos, it thrives in it, okay? It sees a recession not as a threat, but as an opportunity to buy assets cheaply or start a business that solves a new problem. It sees a layoff as not a disaster, but as the starting gun for a new mission. Burning the ships, now you have no choice. A chance to finally go all in on that side hustle. So how do you build this? You have to do hard things intentionally, consistently. There's no magic pill. You have to expose yourself to controlled voluntary stress to build up your tolerance for real involuntary stress, okay? Do the voluntary stress to build up your capacity to handle the involuntary stress. Things like taking cold showers or intermittent fasting, training hard at the gym, pushing past the point of comfort. You have the difficult conversations that you've been avoiding. You just practice in general being uncomfortable. Every time you choose voluntary discomfort, you are forging your mind into a weapon. You're teaching your nervous system on a primal level that you can handle stress. You are building the mental calluses that will allow you to stay calm, to stay focused and rational when everyone else around you is panicking. Because a man with an anti-fragile mindset is the most valuable man in any room. When a crisis hits at work, people don't look to the panicking specialist who only knows how to do one thing. They look to the calm, adaptable man who has a plan, who can handle the pressure. Okay, they look to the commando. Let's keep calling it that. I like this theme. This is the new economy of fatherhood. Okay, there's a term I love at the moment, a dadpreneur. A dad who's an entrepreneur who's a dad. It's not about your job title or the logo on your payslip. It's about your utility. It's about your stacking of skills. It's about your multiple streams of income. It's about your mental resilience. It's about forging yourself into a man who can provide for and protect his family no matter what the world throws at him. So stop being a cog and start being a commando. Guys, I want to set you a mission for this week. And that mission is to conduct an honest audit. I want you to take 30 minutes, just you and a piece of paper and a pen, obviously. On one side, write down your one core skill from your job. On the other side, brainstorm a list of 10 complementary skills that you could learn. Then pick one, just one, and find a single resource, a book, a course, a YouTube channel that will teach you that skill. That is your first step in your arsenal. This is where your skill stack in. If you know a man who is anxious about his job, who feels trapped, who feels he's replaceable, I also want you to send him this episode because it's the blueprint for his escape. And I want you all to remember that your security is not in your job. It's in your ability to be useful. Guys, until next time, thanks for joining me on the Strong Dad Show. Strength and honor. Out.